Hey guys, how's it going? Dudey here. I am back with another video today. I've got some more true crime for you. Now this one really does fascinate me, okay? So recently I've got into TikTok. I do conspiracy videos over on TikTok. If that sounds like something for you, then why don't you head on over and follow me? Of course, it's at Dudey Rhino. I recently had a conspiracy about Hitler and the Nazi party that has nearly got 100,000 views. So go and take a look. But anyway, TikTok is something that I've had a weird relationship of. I honestly thought it was a platform where cringy people did lip syncing, but I've since found that there's a big conspiracy and true crime and even paranormal presence on there. And I stumbled across a trend from a while back where basically the song Cute But a Psycho was overlaid over, well, let's be honest, some pretty atrocious criminals, and one that took my eye, Isabella Guzman. Now, basically, she slaughtered her mother. We'll go into more detail shortly. And 8 years after the court case, it all kind of came back to the surface because she was acting very strange, the reasons for which, again, we will go into very shortly within her court case. And people on TikTok were almost like glamorizing it, glorifying it and mocking it simultaneously by doing duets and reacting to these court case images of this murder trial. But because she was cute and sweet, and some people even said hot, she was almost in a weird way excused for the crimes that she did. So let's jump into that case, because it's quite a wild ride. Isabella Guzman was born and raised in Colorado with her mother and stepfather. Young Mi Hoy, her mother, worked incredibly hard, would do 12-hour shifts to provide the best life that she possibly could for her daughter. But this was never received with love from her daughter. There was always conflict. There was always strain on that relationship. Now, reports from friends and family claim that Isabella, by all accounts, was pretty much a bit of a nightmare, especially when it came to school. She was very disruptive. She was never well behaved at school, and she didn't have outstanding grades by any stretch of the imagination. She actually went on to quit school when she turned 18. Now, annoyingly for her family and disappointingly, this was just a little time before graduation. She was nearly there. She was nearly over the finish line, and yet she just jacked it all in, which frustrated the family because, like, you don't enjoy school, okay? You've suffered at school, if you like, but you got so close to finishing it. Why didn't you just finish it? Because now you've just wasted the last few years of your life. Her mother actually remarried, although the relationship with her biological father was always amicable. She remarried a man called Ryan, and this really did put even more strain on the relationship between Isabella and her mother. This actually sparked Isabella's behavior to like the next level of just being awful to be around. So it actually led to Isabella moving back in with her biological father, although I don't know what the relationship quite was like there, but this was also very short-lived, so it wasn't long before she was back in with her mother and Ryan. But one thing certainly didn't change, and that was the endless arguments between the two, but it seemed to be getting more malicious, more violent almost. And actually a few weeks before the murder itself, there was an argument that took place which resulted in Isabella spitting in her mother's face. She also left her mother a very threatening email saying, "You will pay." Now, is this potentially proof of premeditation? This was kind of the last straw, really. And the mother actually said to Ryan, the partner, "I am terrified of my own daughter," which of course for any parent to say about their child is utterly tragic. And Ryan was coming to his wit's end with all of this, and so he discussed with the mother, and they decided that they were going to call the police and have them talk to Isabella. So the police came, talked to the mother, talked to Isabella, and it's like, look, you're 18 years old now. If your parents want to, they can kick you out on the street and you'll be homeless. You know, you need to just chill out and sort this shit out, because this is not going to end well. After the police left, the mother decided to go to work, get out of the house, get away from her daughter, give her some space, and the daughter Isabella went to her bedroom and did not come out for the entire duration. Ryan was at home with Isabella throughout the day, and like I said, Isabella never came out. And then her mother came home from work around 9:30 p.m. She said to Ryan, "I'm back, brought him a McDonald's, here you go, here's your dinner, have that, enjoy, I'm going to go and grab a shower." Ryan sat in the living room enjoying his food, watching a movie or something on TV. He hears screaming and banging, so he sprints upstairs to the bathroom where he sees Isabella and his wife, Isabella's mother, fighting, and Isabella slams the bathroom door shut and locks it, meaning Ryan cannot get in there to help his wife, who is being attacked by her own daughter. He sprints downstairs to get his mobile phone to call the police and get help. Once he has his phone, he rushes back up to the bathroom to try and break the door down, and this is when he notices blood pooling, seeping from underneath the bathroom door, and the commotion goes silent. The last word he heard his wife say was Jehovah, which is a name for God. That will be important in just a moment. But the door unlocks, it opens, and Isabella is covered in her own mother's blood and walks out hauntingly, calmly, past Ryan, clutching a knife that she just used to stab her mother 79 times, 30 odd times in the face and 40 odd times in the neck. There was also a baseball bat covered in blood in the bathroom, which is believed was also used in the murder of Isabella's mother. Now, tragically, obviously, Isabella's mother by that point was dead, but Ryan still persisted and tried CPR to bring her back to life until the emergency services got there, tried all they could, and announced her dead on arrival. So Isabella was missing, nowhere to be found until a day later when she was spotted in a parking lot nearby and someone called it in. So she was arrested for first-degree murder, but she was actually found not guilty due to insanity. She was assessed by a psychologist who determined that she had schizophrenia. Isabella actually claimed that she didn't realise the woman she was killing was her mother. She claimed that it was a woman called Cecilia who, if she wasn't killed, would bring about the end of the world. So the judge ruled that she couldn't have known what she was doing at the time, and so she got the insanity plea, which is actually very, very difficult to achieve in the American court of law, and so she was sent to a psychiatric hospital. Okay, so let's backtrack for just a moment. Her mother's final words was Jehovah. Ryan and Isabella's mother were both devout Jehovah's Witnesses, which is basically an extreme form of Christianity. Everything's by the book in the Bible. They don't celebrate any public holidays, no Christmas, nothing, and it's a very, very strict way of life. You may have had one knock on your door. Jehovah's Witnesses are always around, knocking on people's doors, trying to bring you into the faith. But Isabella claims that as a child she was abused, and at 14 years of age, when she made the decision that this Jehovah's Witness community, this life was not for her, she claims that the abuse ramped up quite badly. Now, it's important to note that no proof of abuse was ever found, but of course that's not to say it wasn't the case. But that is why Isabella says that she resented her mother so much. So that was the case 8 years ago, and because she had schizophrenia, because she was mentally ill, she was obviously acting a bit strange during the trial at court. And it's just sad that people took the opportunity to, some of them mocked her actions in the duets and stuff, but then others, because she was a pretty girl, used that cute but a psycho trend alongside footage of her and made edits and things, and actually insulted her mother, saying she probably deserved it because look, she's cute, you know, she's so hot, she's so beautiful, you know, and almost like making excuses for Isabella because she was aesthetically pleasing to look at. It's just both sides of that coin, whether they were mocking the mental health side of it or glorifying and fetishizing what she did is just awful. And it's a TikTok trend that I, for one, am glad is over. What do you guys think about this kind of TikTok trend? I would love to know your comments down below. Now, there has been an update a few months ago, November of 2020, her first interview in 8 years. She claims she's completely fine now. She's no longer mentally ill. She feels like she's no longer a danger to society, and she would love to rejoin society. But obviously that is down to medical professionals to determine. She did murder her own mother and stab her nearly 80 times. I don't feel like 8 years is anywhere near the appropriate jail time. To be honest, I think if you've done something like that to your own mother, you're probably a danger to society for the rest of your life. So for me personally, I don't think that she should be released, but I would love to know your thoughts on that as well. I know it's a bit of a touchy subject, but please do let me know down below. She has also filed complaints that in 2015, apparently a member of staff within the psychiatric hospital abused her on numerous occasions, and that is being investigated. But that was the case of Isabella Guzman, the killer who was kind of propelled to TikTok fame because of a very fucked up TikTok trend. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me, hit that subscribe button. I'm really close to 100,000 subscribers. Go follow me on TikTok and maybe check out my Patreon and stuff. Links all down below. I've got a clothing company, allegedly, possibly, maybe.co.uk. Link to that down below. See you very soon, sweet one geese.